Did you fix your teeth? Oh, dude. Oh my God. I didn't fix my teeth. I went to the dentist though, and it was traumatic. I went to the dentist, and I guess the dentist that I went to for a very long time, the main dentist left, and she spoke really good English. And now look, my Japanese is conversational. I should be better, but look, here's the thing with, even in English, it's like taxes. I don't want to do it. I want a professional. I want to have no miscommunication. So I always try to get a doctor that's, or a dentist that's fluent in English, just so I do not want any miscommunication, because I don't want to agree to something or fuck something up, basically. Dude, it was so bad though. I had this person who didn't really speak English at all, which is fine. But then they tried to speak English to me. But they also weren't Japanese, so they didn't also speak great Japanese. So we were having really difficult communicating. But then they just wouldn't communicate anything to me, and I didn't know what was going on. And they were going to do a teeth cleaning. So they went to clean my teeth, and you know the water spray thing they use, the pressure thing? I have like quite sensitive teeth anyway, so I like can't really have cold things on my gums. So, you know, it's normally fine because it's like I can normally just tank it. I'll just like fucking hold to death on the chair, like that. And then they turned on the thing, and the water pick, or the whatever it was, the water pressure washer thing, they had not turned the hot water on. So not only was it the pressure of the actual water that was tough, but it was also ice cold. And so they started blasting my teeth with it, and I was like, oh! I was like, stop. I was like, you gotta stop. And then the dentist was like, oh, maybe you need anesthesia. I was like, anesthesia for cleaning? What are you talking about? I was like, turn the hot water on. And then she was like, no, I don't know if we can. I was like, we can just continue and maybe it'll get hot. I was like, all right, we can try. So she went back to do it again, and then I was like, oh, I can't do it. No. Anyway, so afterwards they were like, you have cavity. I was like, oh, okay, sure, whatever. I was like, how bad is it? They were like, not sure. I was like, and then they just stared at me, and I was like, okay, you gotta do something about it. It was the game plan. They were like, maybe next time. I was like, I was like, is the doctor gonna like check it? And they were like, okay, I'll go ask. I was like, what? Why am I asking you to ask the doctor? And then like they're like, no, doctor's busy. Okay. They were like, next week. And I'm like, okay. I came back next week, which sucks because now I have to pay an additional fee. Whatever. So go in, and then he's like, oh, you have cavity. Let's do X-ray. So we do the X-ray. And the worst part is when I come in this room, you know, it's like he's giving me the premium suite room, which is nice. Got a corner view, and there's a giant screen TV. And on this TV, like some kind of crime scene, is my past teeth pictures from the X-ray. So I'm looking at the fucking wall of shame of my old fucking pictures of my teeth, like me 4 years ago when my teeth were goated, and you know, he wanted to see if I need the root canal. So we do an X-ray, and then I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I'm like, sorry to ask, can you put like a fucking one of those Windows screensavers on the screen? I don't want to see the Ultra HD 8K THX quad 4 definition of my old teeth. Can we put this down? So we take the thing, and he's like, okay, so you got to get a little cavity, but it's in one of my old teeth that had a cavity, and there's another cavity there now from the side. So they're like, we'll put another cavity. If it gets worse, you'll have to do a root canal. So he's like, oh, okay, luckily it's just a cavity, but I'm going to have to use anesthesia. And I was like, okay. And then in Japan, normally, here's the one big difference between Japan and Western, like doctors and dentists, is that in Japan, they prefer to not say anything. They don't want to tell you what they're doing. They don't want to say anything because they don't want to, like, you know, one, not focus, but two, like, worry you. But I'm like, I personally, like, prefer it when they're explaining everything that's happening, just because I don't know, my head will start to wander, and I'll start to be like, oh god, what are they doing, you know? So I'm sitting there in the chair, and they're doing their like, okay, anesthesia, and they put this little cotton thing in my mouth. Okay. And it feels a little numb, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, nice. And then he goes, okay, now anesthesia. I'm like, what what was that? Because I don't know anything. And then I was like, oh, okay. And then I felt this giant ass needle in my mouth, and I was like, oh fuck, oh, I don't like that. And then I could feel this pressure build up. Like, I could feel pressure building in my face, and it was taking so fucking long. And he kept putting the needle in and out. And in my head, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, just think about MILFs. Come on, stop thinking about it. Come on. It's taking so long, and I hate it, and I'm so squeamish. And then I can feel myself freaking out, and I'm like, you know what? It's chill. He's like, okay, we're done. And then I can feel like, I don't know if anyone else gets this, but if I have like I hate this because my body is so fucking stupid. My brain will not have a panic attack, but my body will freak out. And I'm like, internally, I can work through it and I'm fine. But then my adrenaline will like go through anyway because my body is freaking out. It's so stupid. I hate it. So I had like an adrenaline rush. And then I was like, hey, I gotta go to the toilet for a second. Because we're in this dentist chair and I don't know how to tell them because I'm so fucking stupid. I'm like, I just need to be on the floor. Like, respectfully, I need to be on the floor. I don't know why. I don't know how to explain it. I just need to lie on the floor. The floor is my comfort place. So I'm like, I'm gonna be right back. Can you give me 5 minutes? So I like stand up and I go walk. And then as I'm walking, I stand up. I'm like, I'm not gonna make it to the toilet. So I'm like, sumimasen. And then I just lie on the floor in his office. And then he's like, hey, are you good? I was like, go for it. Like 5 minutes, give me 5, just give me 5. And bless the nurses, they come in and they're like trying to help me out. And I'm like, look, I'm gonna be chilling 5 minutes. I should lie down. And they're like, why don't you lie on the seat? I'm like, the seat doesn't have the comfort. I don't know how to explain it. So I after like 5 minutes, bless the nurses, they're already worried about me. I was like, I just like stood up and I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go. Let's do it. And they're like, what? I was like, yeah, I'm good to go now. Panic attack? Yeah, no, it is definitely a panic attack. That's definitely what it is. I am terrible with medical stuff. I'm so bad with it. I get horrific anxiety and I freak out. So, but after like 5 minutes, I'm good to go. So then I was like, all right, let's rip it. So afterwards I was like, all right, let's go. And then it was fine. It was totally fine. I don't care. But for some reason, I think, and I asked him afterwards, I was like, can you please just walk me through everything you're doing? Because when I don't know, I start freaking out. And even though I know it's just a needle and I can talk myself into that, I will get some kind of weird, like, I'll be like, they're bringing the fucking breaking the Iron Maiden out of my teeth. It's like there's this absolute dumbass in my brain that is in the back that's like, they're tearing you apart. They're fucking everything up. What if the needle's full of air? So when they tell me what they're explaining it, in my head, it means it's going well and it's all good. So after like 5 minutes, I'm always good. And this happens to me whenever I have like any kind of like thing where they're not explaining things, or when like one time when I had to get the surgery previously and they were reading me the terms and conditions of the surgery, which I guess they do. I don't know. I've never done surgery before, so I don't know. They were reading to me the terms and conditions of the surgery and they were telling me literally everything that could go wrong. And I felt so sick hearing all of it. It was so nauseating hearing all the ways that this could go horrifically wrong. And I don't know if they do this in the UK, but at least in Japan they had to do it. So I was like, time out. It's like, I was like, I don't need you to tell me that the anesthesia could go horrifically wrong and kill me from the inside.
When I had my wisdom teeth
I just
taken
don't.
out.
And you know what the worst part is that like I have this, I recognize that like I have literally no fears except this. And why is it the one fear that actually is something that's good for you? Like getting medical practice and you know, surgeries and all this stuff is stuff that you just have to have in your life.
If it makes you feel any better, I have worked in medicine for 10+ years. However, certain things are still really awful and make me panic. I also need other clinicians to talk me through certain
I need people to talk to me.
Treatments, especially the dentist.
Yeah, so I think I also need to get better at just telling the dentists and doctors these things. I'm trying to be too British, where I'm like, all right, lads, guess I'll just fucking die, lads. But the medical staff are used to it. I know, but I'm chronically British, unfortunately. I don't mind needles either, but when I had an IV, I didn't fucking like that. That was one where I had to like psych myself. But well, I think one time when they had the IV, they kept fucking it up, and that made me panic. Dude, when they tell you, whoopsie, we fucked up, time to go again, I'm like, what you have done will not be repaid by your ancestors. I know they're just trying their best. But when they hit me with the classic, whoopsie, didn't find your vein for the 3rd time, I'm like, you have to hurry up. Not, I'm gonna pass out. I'm actually gonna have a panic attack. You gotta hurry up. I love seeing them take my blood. God, I wish I was you.